name is Juana Luisa. I am the Crafty Puerto Rican. So today I'm going to be doing some bummies, and this one have a skirt to it for little girls. I think last month I worked on some bummies, just basic ones that were like unisex for boys or for girls. But this time I'm using a different pattern, and I want to show you. I'm going to be using my friend, the Serger. And yeah, and these are a sample that I want to show you. And this one is the order that I need to send, but I wanted to show you how it looks like before I, completed it. And yeah, this is how it looks. And so the last video, like I said, I used this pattern right here, which is a nice pattern. I like it. You see? And the brand of this pattern that I used on the last video is made by Me Patterns. And this bummie, the bummies are a little bit like longer, they're high in the waist, which is pretty cute. This other pattern that is made by Big Noggin Baby. And in this pattern, the bummie is this one right here is very similar to the other one, but it tends to be cut a little bit shorter on the leg, smaller on the cuff, and the waistband is a little bit shorter also. And so I like it. I like it very much, especially for little girls. So yeah, this part right here with the big noggin, which is this part of the skirt. This one is a separate purchase of the pattern by the same company. So I decided to purchase this pattern to add it up to the already little, bummies. It comes 0 to 3 months and 3 teeth, 4 teeth. But the first thing we have to do is cut the fabric, right? So let's go and cut the fabric. So these samples that I show you, this fabric, I got it from mias-fabric-boutique.my. The one that I'm using, this fabric right here, I got it from Joann's, and this is not bullet. This one is regular cotton spandex. It has 98% cotton and 2% spandex. And I had to choose where it stretches the most. You see, this doesn't stretch. It stretches, okay? Don't get me wrong, but it stretches more this way. So that's the way I'm going to be using the fabric for the pieces that I want to cut, because this tiny size doesn't take much fabric, which is great. So this is the pants part of the pattern, and it asks you to do it on the fold. So you want it to be stretching this way the most. That means that I folded the wrong way, because you see it's not stretching. I want it this way. So we turn it around. So you want it always to stretch, this way, so that you can fit it to the baby or the kid, and it's comfortable. All right. So in this case, this one, which I know ahead of time, is only 2%. Usually when it's 2% spandex, that means it only stretches more. It's two-way stretch, not a four-way stretch. I tend to talk fast, so sometimes I catch myself doing it and I slow down, but yeah, that's me. Now we have to cut the skirt, and that skirt piece, you need to do it on the double fold. Okay, so now it's even. So on the double fold means that you're gonna even up as much as you can this part right here, because you're gonna fold it over. Okay, you make sure that it's even in here. Even, okay. All flat, even. Okay. And then you see how you fold it in here? This is a fold right here, a fold. So you're gonna move it over, you're gonna fold it one more time, okay? You're gonna fold it this way. So that means you have now, you have, it's double folded, okay? Fold it this way. It's double fold, okay? Make sure that it's nice and flat, even out. Make sure that these folds meets together right here. Very important. You want these to meet together. You want to make sure you can pin it if you want to. You don't have to. So if you think it's going to shift, you just make sure that this is the fold that you want to work with. Okay. And make sure that it's flat. And then you have the other fold in here. So that's why it's double folded in here. It's double folded. And it's folded in here too. Okay. So what you're going to do now is that you're going to place this pattern. It says fold in here. And it says fold in here. And you're going to place it on both folds. And that applies to any size. No matter if you have bigger skirts that you want to do a complete circle, the same thing. All the folds needs to hit in here and hit in here. All right. Now for this, you have to make sure that you have a good blade to make it nice and even. I've been having difficulty with this one. I think I'm going to be using this one because yesterday I was doing other ones, other bummies, and this one was, I had to change this blade. So I'm going to, hopefully, let's cross our fingers, because you want this one to be very, very, very even, because it's fabric, you're not going to do a hem, okay? So you have to be very even, all right? So first I'm going to cut on the top in here. You have to cut here, and you have to cut here. So. This was nice. It's got pretty much close to what I want. Yeah. I'm not too concerned about the waist because that goes against that it's not going to show, but this is the part that I'm really concerned because I want it to be very even. I don't want it to move, so I'm just going to pin it. There are times that pinning is better than the waist, and this is one of those times because you don't want the fabric to shift from the pattern. Okay. Try to do it in one motion. This cone is a little bit too lower, but yeah, this is a new blade. That one I need to change. All right, so this is all the pieces that we need, and I'm going to show you how it looks. You see? It's a complete circle. This is the way it looks. Nice and cute. Okay. I'm going to cut two more pieces that I'm going to be sewing. We're going to start with this piece first, all right? I'm going to do the bottom from the beige, and then I'm going to use this nice print for the skirt. This fabric, this one right here, I got it for fabric-boutique.com. I mean, it's amazing. I have been ordering from this company. So this one I got it from another company. I can't come. I don't remember the name, but it's kind of thin. It has a little bit texture to it, but it's bullet. I apologize about the noise with the machine, but I'm trying to do two things at the same time. I'm not going to be talking, I'm just going to be working. You're going to be washing. Okay, so we have all the pieces. So we're gonna start by sewing the cuffs first. You put this together on your serger, and then you sew it together. And when it comes of the amount of part that you take off, I barely take anything else, maybe like a 1/4 inch. So I always put it straight with the plate right here. That's how I measure all my pieces. I don't go further like that. I just do it straight with the end of the plate right here. Okay. That's how I do my bummies. Some of the pieces require more seam allowance, but this one I barely like a 1/4 inch, close to a 1/4 inch. Then I separate the pieces. And I'm going to be doing the sides. There's the front and there's the back on this pattern. The taller part is the back, and the shorter height is the front. So I put them together. You see this is shorter. You can clip them together if you're a new sewer. Okay, you can do that. But if you are more experienced, we don't usually use the clips. but I'm gonna show you how to use the clips if you're starting sewing to keep the pieces together. All right. But the clips do help. All right, they do help. You're gonna see them. You're gonna see me using them. The next step, I use the clips to keep the fabric together. You're gonna see why. And then I'm gonna do the bottom of the bummies, which is this part, the crotch, the bottom part. This is called the crotch. Okay. Now what we're gonna do, once we do this part, we have to measure the middle part to match with the band and the skirt. So you get it this way, you're gonna open it in the middle and you're gonna match the seams on both sides right here. If you have, you can use clips or you can use straight pins. You cannot use, you can use that, any straight pin. And then you're gonna snip here just to mark that side. If you don't like snipping, you can also use the straight pin and mark, keep it in there. In other words, you can use this and just can put it just to mark that part in here. Either way. Sometimes I use this sometimes. The important thing is that you mark those sides. It's just a tiny snip. You're not gonna go through, just a tiny snip, okay, just to mark it. Sometimes I go all the way like here. I did a little too much because I was talking, but no, you don't need, it doesn't need to be this deep, just a tiny bit. And then we're gonna do the same thing with the skirt, okay? So we're gonna turn this the right way, like that. And then we're gonna place the skirt. To do that, we have to do the same thing we did with the bummy part. We're gonna snip a little bit on the sides because this one has no seams, so you're gonna snip the sides. It doesn't matter which way around, it's a circle, so you snip it a little bit, it's a tiny bit. And then you're gonna open the same thing we did with the pants, and then you're gonna meet those two snips that we did with a straight pin or with the clips. And then you're gonna do the same thing all over again. You're gonna snip it a little bit. Okay, snip it. And then you have the skirt, okay? Now what you're gonna do, you're gonna meet these marks that we did, you're gonna match it with the ones we did with the skirt. So you're gonna open up the skirt, the circle, and you're gonna place it over the pants. Okay. All right. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna try to match. You have to match one, in the tail, and when it comes to the skirt, it don't matter which one because, like I said, we don't have a seam. But so I'm gonna choose to start with this one. And you're gonna put it together either with a straight pin or with a clip. You're gonna go around. You're gonna look for the other snip, a little cut right here, and you're gonna do the seam, the side of the pants. Okay, the seam of the pant. You're gonna match it with the snip. You're gonna keep going around, finding the other one, and found the one from the pants. Put it together. Okay. You're going to turn around. You're going to find the fourth one, this tiny one in here, and you're going to meet the seam, the other seam of the pen or the bummie. And so now you have this in here. And what you're going to do now, once you do that, now you're going to place the band. So I'm going to place the label on the back of the bummie. So I'm going to make sure that I have my back. What I do sometimes to mark the back is I put a straight pin on the back so that I don't get confused with the front, because sometimes if you're not paying attention, you can sew everything using the front part like the label, and it had happened to me before. So I put a pin in here like this, and I know this is my back. Because once you put this on, everything looks the same. You cannot, it's difficult to tell which one is the back, which one is the front. In this pattern, the leg part tends to be a little bit shorter in the front, so it helps. With the other pattern, it is the same length, so you have to, that one you really have to, you know, check it out. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the same thing with the waist. With the band, you're gonna do the same thing. You're going to turn it around, fold it in half. You're gonna make sure that you meet the seam together. You meet the seam together. And you look for the half, the other side. You do the same thing. Okay? You know how a band look like, so. Make sure that they, you know, meet. They match the seam right here. And then you're gonna look for the half of it. From the seam, you see this is the seam where we saw it, and then you're gonna look for the other half. There's other technique that people do to do it. I like the simple way. So people, I just realized that my phone stopped working at the part that I placed the band. But, you know, same thing that we did with the skirt, we're gonna copy it with the band. It's the same thing, okay? You're gonna place it together with the notches, and you're gonna sew it out. You're gonna search it around. If you go back to the video that I did in the bummie, follow that, because it's hard for me now to go back because I will have to cut another bummie, and I don't want to redo all over again, but it's easy. Same thing you're gonna do with the band, and you sew it at the end that it got interrupted, that I was gonna put the label. I place the label here, and I clip it with a pin, and I search the label around, okay? So yeah, that's the way you do the band. Refer back to the original video and apply it to it with the skirt together, okay? And I think that part was part of the video already. All I was gonna do was to search the band, and when you're searching with the band, you make sure that all the 3 layers, the band, the skirt, and the bummie are together. Make sure that all the layers are together and the fabric is flat. There's nothing bunching on the top. And I really apologize for that. And I already, you know, I don't know, the camera just stopped. I mean, the phone camera. And I already placed one of the bands. And I'm going to put the other band on the leg. I'm going to be doing another bummie, and I'm going to include the same steps. So watch that part, because I'm going to go through the band part of it, and you're going to be able to also see it there. All right. So this is just the first one that I do. I'm going to include the second one that I'm going to be doing. And that way, I'm not going to be talking on that one probably, because I'm going to be searching fast. I'm not going to be doing to explaining all over again, because I need to, you know, do, advance the work. But you're going to be able to see how is it that I place the band on top of the skirt part. Okay. So let's keep going. So now I'm going to place, and thank goodness that we have 2 layers. We can't repeat the same thing all over again. Let me check, make sure that it's recording. Let me check, and it is recording. Okay. So this time I'm going to do the other leg, and same thing that I did with the band. I snip it on the 4 sides, you know, and I met You know, let me just do it so that you see, even though you're going to be seeing it on the next one, because I'm going to do another one so that you can see it. You see that I did the snips same way on, you know, meeting the thing. And then you folded the band in half. You see it was like that? You folded in half. Same concept that we did on the waistband. This is the cuff on the legs. All right? So now what it takes to do is to place it on the opening of the leg. And what I do to make sure that it's even, I put clips in here because these ones are smaller. And sometimes when you try to put it through the opening of the leg, it gets off alignment. So I look for the crotch seam. You see how this one I did it and it matched it? And you're gonna match this seam with this one. You're gonna open the cuff and you're gonna place it on top of the leg opening. All right, look at what I'm doing it on the top. Just match it, okay? Same concept that we did with the skirt placement, same thing. You're gonna look at the seam to match together as much as you can. If it's a little bit off, don't worry about it. But you know, try to match it as much as you can, okay? Once you keep it together, make sure that you grab it from the part of the leg and to put a clip in there or a strip in. I was gonna keep going and say, let me just check the camera. All right. Right here. You see how it's together? The seams meet together. Or at least you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah. All right. And then I'm gonna go around the opening of the leg and I'm gonna look for my other notch that I did, which I didn't do. Let's go back again. Same thing that we did on the waist. We're gonna have the two seams. We're gonna put it in half. And we're gonna mark these two parts with a little notch. Little cut in here, mark it, and a little cut in here to mark it. And then we can open it up. Again, so we're doing this to be able to distribute the fabric evenly. Let's go back and match the crotch again. I mean, the seam on the leg cuff with the seam on the crotch of the pant. Right here, right here, okay? All matching together. Looks together. Now we're gonna look for the next marking. The next marking is here, right here. So then I'm gonna match it here. Go around. Next marking is here, you see? So I'm gonna match it with the other seam right here, you see? This is the seam from the side of the pan or the bummy. Okay, now we're gonna go around. We're gonna match the next one to the next card that we did right here. There we go. And now we have completed. Now all we have to left to do is to sew. Okay. Okay. And again, I'm just searching a little bit. I place the fabric against this. That's the measurement that I'm using, making sure that all the layers are together. And right now I notice that it's not. It's off right here because I took off the clip. So making sure that you're searching all the layers, together. Okay. Okay. And while you are searching, this left over in here, remember, because the cuff is smaller, the opening of the cuff is smaller than the opening of the leg. You have to stretch the cuff to meet this and make it even. So I'm stretching the cuff. You see I'm stretching, and I meet that fabric so that it will be together. All right. That's the importance of the clips and the distribution of the clips so that you can meet that part and stretch it out. If you will not have those notches, it's much more difficult. And the leg is done. You see how pretty? You see how because it's smaller, it becomes closed in and it looks cute. All right. And this bummy is done, people. This bummy is done. This is the back. This is the front. Look how beautiful. So this is a better view. This is done. This is the back, like I said before. You see how even it is? When you do the even part on the fabric with the clips, it looks even. You see how even it is? So now I'm going to continue with the next one. And that one, you're going to see the part that we missed because of the camera not recording the part that I attached the band with the skirt and the bummy. And go ahead and watch it. I'm not going to be talking. I'm not going to explain it again, but you're going to be able to see the steps. All right. So see you in a couple of seconds. So these are done. This is an 18-24 months size. And you see how cute it is. Got my label. Didn't put a size because I ordered a whole bunch of labels for sizing. For some reason, they did not include the 18 to 24 months, which I ordered. I had to call the seller. I thought it was here, but it's not. They skipped it. They skipped all the way to 2T. I had to look again, but I didn't put it on this one. So I plan to buy a fabric pen and just put the sizing here for this one. I thought I could put the size in there, but that's what I wanted, 18 to 24 months. I think it's cuteness. So yeah, skirted bummie. So this is the end of the tutorial. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Yes, this is the one that we did step by step that I already show you. And this is the second one that I did. So if you're new to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. I include videos every week, and I do like I do seam embroidery, and I do sewing like you just saw. I also do embroidering. I work with sublimation or vinyl. So I want to thank you for those who are subscribed for supporting this channel, and I will see you pretty soon with new content. So don't forget to give the thumb up to this channel. That will help my channel grow. So I'll see you guys pretty soon. Bye-bye. Hasta luego.